Hey guys, today we're going to make a fire piston, and we're going to make it the way the Appalachians make it. You know, fire pistons been used a long time. They were used years ago in the Pacific Islands, and around the early 1800s, 1804, it was patented in England and France, and the European countries were using it to start their fires like a household item. You know, and then in about 1844 they invented the match, and we're going to show you here how the hillbillies make their fire piston. But see, a fire piston usually is about 3 to 6 inches long, and it consists of a tube, and they used to make them out of, they could make them out of antler back then. Lots of other things they used. But we're going to use copper pipe. And you can use, we're going to solder it, we're going to clamp it fast. But you can use like a riser for PEX plumbing. A copper riser already has its cap on it. We don't have a cap, we're using what we got. Okay, so what I did is I got a 1/2 inch copper pipe laying around and a stick, or you can use a dowel rod. It's about 7/16 in diameter. That'll go right in your copper pipe, and we'll take this copper pipe and we'll line this up enough so we can crimp it and it's on the edge. And we're going to cut it right about there so we can crimp the edge and solder it. So use your pipe cutters or whatever you got, cut the pipe. You just gotta go around. Alright, so we got this cut off, and you're going to need to take your pipe cutter, use this tool that's usually on it. It takes the burrs off the inside of your pipe edge, and if this piston don't go in here with the O-ring and it don't pop out real nice, you'll have to go around it with like a chainsaw file or something like that. But now we're going to take it and crimp the end. Nothing special. Just doing it the way the hillbillies do it. You can buy a cap. Okay, we got it bent, so all you got to do is pound that flat. Then we got that together. Now all we got to do is get the solder in there. There you go. Nothing special. Now, I'm going to light the torch. Solder this bad boy. Heat up, let the flame go up through the joint. Want it underneath the pipe. Old plumber will tell you that. Looks like I'm going to need a pair of pliers here. Tough, but I ain't quite that tough. Alright, here we go. Like the old moonshiners used to do, boys. Copper line. It ain't ready yet till that sucks in. Keep heating. Math gas works a lot better than this, but we're just keeping it simple here. There you go, now it's fused. There we go. Now, next step is to get this piston ready. And what I had to do was, you cut it just a little shorter like I showed you, and I got an O-ring to fit around it, 7/16 stick or dowel rod, and I cut a notch in it, that way you don't lose your O-ring. If you pull up and the O-ring's sliding back, it'll catch in that notch, you won't lose it. So I just use a knife, pocket knife, and you just go around it, make a nice circle, and then put a little V in there for it to catch. Then you're going to have to put a hole in the bottom for your fire starter. So we'll just pre-drill. Put a small hole in there. Enough so you can get some birch fungus in there. Get a bit that's smaller. You want room for your fire starter. We're getting there. And there's your hole for your fire starter. Now, we're going to use an antler for our handle. I just picked any old antler back there on my workbench, and we have to pre-drill because you're going to split stuff out if you try to put a screw in it. That ain't going to work so hot. I got a hole pre-drilled in the top for that antler screw to go in. And I'll just set it down here. I'll get a bit about the same size as my screw, using a deck screw. Make sure I'm long enough. And you eyeball this thing down to where you can see it's going straight down. Keep going. Pull your bit back out. Make sure you got the length. You can get through. There we go. Came through. Now we're going to actually countersink that into sticks into our board a little further. We'll take a look. That's gonna need in further than that. So we'll just get a big bit like we used for the piston. Take a look. Right there. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Now, grab our driver. Run her down in there. Get it ready to put on our piston. You can see right there, we're just going to put the screw right in the top of that pre-drilled hole. Might need to work with it a little. You know as well as I do. You're customizing stuff. Customizing. So it's not all cut and dry. Maybe we can crank it on there like a handle on a cabinet. Nothing to it. There we got our handle for our fire piston. And this is cooled down now. And we're going to put some coon fat on this here. Lubricate it. Grab your old coon fat or lithium grease if you got it. We're going to do it like the frontiersmen. Days of old. You know, coon fat works good for your hands too. Okay guys, I got this riser for PEX tubing to show you guys what it looks like. And just cut it in half. You can have a nice one like that with the end that you don't have to do anything with. And then we're ready. You take that groove that you cut and you're going to have to make it a little deeper depending on your O-ring. So what I did is I just used the drill as a lathe and I laid it on there and spun it like that, and just get the right size bit for your O-ring. Then you want to dip this in polyurethane to seal that groove up that you made. Then you put it on there. Put your char cloth on there. I got a little bit of milkweed in there too. Put that in there. Put it inside. Make sure you grease it up good. Try it one more time. This is the first run here. Make sure your washer's on good. Your O-ring. Okay, now we're ready. There it goes.